What's going on, guys? It's Michael back here with another video. I just wanted to talk on a little something that kind of been laying on my mind a little bit. Kind of came up this weekend, and as I'm watching this nursing YouTuber that I watch pretty often, his name is Nurse Bass. I'll probably leave a link in the description for his channel if you want to check him out. But one thing that he said was never take anything for granted, and I had a conversation like this with a few people, like my girlfriend in my life, this weekend about not taking things for granted. I told her about some people that I interact with that have stuff that they take for granted that I noticed that I haven't said anything about, because the way I wanted to say it, at least at that time, probably wouldn't have came off as friendly. But a few examples off the top of my head, like every day I go to class, I've got 5 classes. Only 2 of them I think you're supposed to suit up in full scrubs, badge, watch, stethoscope, all that stuff that you would need. It's like clinicals and like my health assessment class, or maybe my professional integration too. But the big deal is most of the classes you don't even have to suit up. But every day for all 5 of my classes, every week, I get in full uniform for every class. Badge, scrubs, watch, stethoscope. Got all that stuff on me. Just ready to go. And there's quite a handful of people that do it too. And most people don't. Doesn't necessarily bother me that other people don't, but when a few people like pull me aside and they're like, hey, why do you dress up in full scrubs and something, we don't have to for this class, right? And I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand what I had to go through just to earn the right to wear that uniform. It says SVSU Nursing right like on the chest. I was like, if you were with me on like my prerequisite grind and all that stuff, and you understand like my ups and downs I had to go through, and specifically downs, like there was a point where I came like with a hair's sliver away from failing out of this school and not being able to come here anymore. But on my final exam is for like chemistry, like you got your benchmark that you have to pass, and it's like I was under it the entire semester, but I did really good on the final and I just made a passing grade. That was like my worst class. I made A's and B's and everything else, but yeah, but with that, I was like, stuff like that just made me really think. I was like, you know what, I remember telling myself, I was like, when I get to the program, because I always think like that, I was like, when I get somewhere, I'm not gonna, what if I get there, I was like, when I get there, because I will. When I get there, I was like, I'm gonna wear those scrubs every chance I get, because I know what kind of pain and suffering and hard work I had to go through to even earn the right to put those on and call yourself a student nurse. And just a few other examples of like students that I interact with that live with their significant other. They don't live on campus, or they commute or something, and we're in our little debriefing rooms or in our class setting, and they're telling me like we're working on a case study or something, and they're over here complaining about going back home to their significant other and having their socks everywhere, or they didn't do the dishes or something, or whatever. There's a bunch of other common household stuff that I hear about. It's like that wasn't the only stuff they were complaining about, but it's the first things I could think of off the top of my head. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, you know what? I go home every weekend to see my girlfriend. We've been dating almost 5 years. And I go home every weekend. And over the summer, I stay home over the summer. I see her every weekend. And it's always a hard goodbye to come back up here, because she's going to school too, to be a vet tech. She'd actually be done a year before me, I think, because she's a year older than me, but I was like, man, I almost roasted this person, because I was like, this is something that really hits home for me, is not being grateful of stuff you have. And I was, in my head, I was thinking, I was like, you know what? I was like, you don't appreciate living with your significant other. I was like, you know what? You need to give me that opportunity, because I would kill to be able to live with my girlfriend while I'm going through all this. I'm in this small room. I could probably touch both walls by spreading out my arms super tiny room, grinding out nursing school, or tackling the beast, is what Nurse Bass likes to call it, because it is, nursing school is a beast. I've got my first exam tomorrow in pathos, and I'm excited and nervous about it, because this is kind of, I'm going to see how I've been doing and see if it's working, but that would probably be a separate video. But it's like the main thing of this video is just you need to be grateful of where you're at and what you have, because there's always going to be somebody out there who's in a much worse situation than you that would kill to have what you have. It's like, I know that there's somebody out there that was scratching and clawing to make the grades and prerequisites and got cut and didn't make the cut to get into the program. And I know that I was like, you know what, I was like, I'm not going to take this for granted, so I'm going to wear those scrubs every chance I get. I'm going to rock them everywhere I go, well, everywhere that I can. I was like, every chance I get, I'm going to wear those, because I knew what kind of pain it took for me to get there. And the whole thing about this living with a significant other thing, I was like, I have friends that have significant others that live on campus and they stay together. And I remember one of my friends, well, we were hanging out, and his girlfriend like reached to hold his hand. He was like, ugh, miss me with that gay shit. And he's like, right, Michael? And I'm like, dude, I was like, you need to appreciate having her here with you right now, because my girlfriend's an hour away, or however far away she is when she's going to school. Like, you need to be appreciative that you have her here. I was like, because I wish I had my girlfriend here. I wish I could live with my girlfriend while I'm going through this. I wish I could go home to her after every class. I can't tell you what I would do for that. I'd kill for that. I would take somebody out for that. So I was like, you know what, just never take anything you've got for granted, because that's something that really means a lot to me. There's always going to be someone out there who's got it worse off than you and would do probably anything to have what you have. So never take what you've got for granted. And that's just a little something I guess you can call it a rant. Just a little something I wanted to rant about. But yeah, moral of this video is just don't take anything that you've got for granted.